Hello everyone, and today I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of the multinational international business strategy as the second assignment of the international business lecture of the classes. So first, let's talk about the pros of the strategy. See, the advantage of the multinational international business strategy, the first one could be the cheap labor. A lot of countries, like operating countries where labor is not as expensive as their local market, especially for the developed countries. International business, like international companies like Nikes and other Apples, they always have their products and their service in the developing countries, which actually have higher demand with cheaper labor, which can save their costs dramatically to help their business to move better. And I think the second advantage of the multinational international business strategy will be the broader market base. It's easy to understand. The more countries, the more markets the company enters, the more opportunities they actually have to develop more customers, have to more like sales, increase their bottom line in the future. The third advantages will be the tax cuts and the benefit policy. A lot of developing countries actually have the reduced tax and other benefit policy from the government to attract these multinational international business strategy company holders to enter the local market, which is developed in a country, to build the like factories, which is actually the fourth advantage of the strategy, to help the local market to create jobs and benefit the local markets, to help them to grow, to help them to move to the next steps. I think are all the advantages of the multinational international business strategy. Let's move on to the disadvantages of the strategy. So the disadvantages of the multinational international business strategy is actually the similar point, but as the advantages, but reviewed from a different perspective. The first one will be the potential abuse of workers. A lot of companies seeking for cheaper labors in developing countries, well, and those countries actually don't have that like stringent policies in labor. They don't have the labor union. They don't have the or they don't have the complete policies to help the labor. So they always like some companies actually always provide like cheaper benefit or and limited right to their workers to save their money. So that's actually a risk of the potential abuse of their workers. The second one is will be the threat to local business. While the companies actually help to grow the business market, like a local market, to build more like technologies to grow the market, to have more customers, they're actually strengthening the local business, which always doesn't have the advantages over like technique, uh, cost, etc., etc., compared to the global business. And the third one will be the loss of jobs. These jobs will be for the people living in developed countries which are threatened. Although the companies have helped to develop a lot more job in the developing countries, their origin markets are suffer from that because they're transfer a lot of job opportunities to the other part of the world. One great example of that will be the United States, which transfer a lot of like tons of manufacturing work jobs to the East Asian, like China in the before and Indonesia and India right now, which has um, made the local markets like lost job rates pretty high since the transferring. So this is another major disadvantages of multinational international business strategy. So in summary, let me move to the reference page. In summary, I think there are pros and cons for the multinational international business, and they are all regarding to the similar point. It totally depends on how you are utilizing your strategy at the local market, the way you're utilizing it, and how you are viewing this strategy. So there's no one source of truth. It all depends on how you utilize it. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much.